Good morning, guys. It's 6:26 Monday, day after spring break. So I'm wearing a skirt. That's the color of Cameroon. And then just these little booties that I got dipped from JCPenney. But yeah. I got like 7.5-ish hours of sleep last night. So I hate to say it, but I did not feel like coming today or any day ever. Oh, I am tired. I'm tired of working. That's what it is. I'm exhausted. Like, I can't afford to take no extended. I mean, obviously, we're about to have summer break. The time be going by so fast, and sometimes we have stuff we have to do during the summer, so it doesn't really feel like a break. But we have no more days off until the end of the school year, so there's that. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 full weeks. Is that right? That can't be right. Wait, I wasn't counting this week. That's why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 full weeks. And then for students, 5 full weeks for students. So they have 5.5-ish. Although those last 3 days are early dismissal. The 19th, 20th, and 21st are early dismissal. So the last day of school is May 23rd. So soon, I'll be able to say, like next week, Wednesday, I'll be able to say we have 1 month of school left. But there's so much stuff to do between now and then. Still don't know what's going to be happening next school year. I guess we'll find out one of these Tuesdays. I don't know what. That's right. They didn't give us a calendar. I forgot. Because I was about to go look. And yeah, there's no calendar. Yeah, so like I said, nothing during the break, just had appointments. One of them being the doctor, and so they want me to track my blood pressure. So I had to buy one first. Apparently we have committee meeting the 22nd. Is this the 22nd? We're supposed to have placement meetings during our planning. Okay, because next Tuesday I have an appointment, so I won't be able to stay late. I have to do a follow-up appointment, basically, because they want me to track my blood pressure for 2 weeks to see. Because she's like, maybe it's like anxiety about being at the doctor. So when did I start checking it? Maybe Thursday, because I had to order one because I didn't have one. I think no, did it arrive Wednesday? Maybe Wednesday. I did like a test. I did one in the morning because I first got it in the morning and I wanted to test it out. And then I said to try to do it around the same time. I'm like, I can't do it in the morning because that was like maybe 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. So obviously I switched to night and it's not looking good. It's been elevated. Except for one day. One day it was in a normal range because there's an app. So they have different stages, right? So one day it was in green, but it was like at the high end on the green, close to being elevated. But so far it's been saying that I'm in stage 2, which I didn't realize. Yeah. Basically, I guess all the other days, let me see. It's been elevated. It says my average is like 139, which that would be high for the average, but I don't know. So it's working. It's being here in the school. I was trying to figure out when I could retire. I don't know why. For some strange reason, I thought we just had to do 20 years. No, I know why. It's because in the Army, I could have just did 20 years and retired. That's why. Like half a second, I was like, I should have just stayed in the Army active duty because I would be way closer to retirement than I am right now because you have to do 30 years or retire at age 60, whichever one comes first, if you want the full pension. I'm like, who doesn't want the full pension? Like, because I would prefer to not have to work if I don't have to after I retire And so full pension is needed. I would reach age 60 before I reach 30 years. But that's still, right now I'm 40, so I still have to do 20 more years. I can't imagine doing 20 more years of this. I know people do. I don't see how. I don't know. I don't know. However, it depends. So, because I was active duty Army and some of that time counts. I'm just not sure how much time, like, you can buy back that time or something like that. I did not do 4 years. I did 3 years, 11 months because I moved my date up by a month. But if they count that time, including the months, then that would be, let's see, 11 years, 11 months, which means I would just need to do 18 years, 1 month before I could retire, which is better than 20. Like, I would take that. Like, it would be worth it to me, especially because your leave can also factor into it. And in my first district, a lot of that leave went towards my retirement because I couldn't transfer all of it because I wasn't taking days off like I was in Gwinnett. Even though I was there for 5 years and I was only in Gwinnett for 2 years, I think I took more time off in Gwinnett than I did in my first district, which doesn't make any sense. But so I might just have to do 18 years left to go. But that's still a lot. And I'm like, worried because originally my goal was to retire in a different country where the cost of living is way cheaper. But I'm like, I guess I'm concerned like health, because I could go to the VA basically and get stuff done almost for free. Which obviously, if I move someplace else, even if the healthcare is better, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be free. I don't know, unless I could find a different country that if they have a VA, like if they have a large military presence, then they might have a VA in that country. But I don't know. Let me see. There's some paper in the picture, and I'm like, because if you retire early, they take you get 7% less of your full benefits for each year that you retire early. So I'm like, that's not going to happen. Okay. So I don't know what I'm planning for the future. Since I have that much time left, I probably still might go back to school and do social work. Maybe. It depends. If I can switch to ESOL, see how that goes, then I might just stay like teaching instead of moving over. But that's a long time. Also, I feel like when I get older, I'm probably going to need care, like in a home of some sort. I don't know how other countries do that, if that's a thing. Yeah. So that's something to have to think about as well. So maybe I'll just spend a couple of years living overseas and then come back to the States. I don't know. Obviously, well, I don't know. Another plan though is I could still retire early, and then go somewhere and teach, like maybe part-time. Or, like teach English, or if there's an international school, that's an option too. But I would just feel safer getting the full pension, which means I need to do all the time. But yeah, so it's Monday. I feel like that's spam. I'm getting something. It says it's from the principal, but it's not her school email. And it was sent on Monday when it was spring break. It was like, can you come to my office for a roof check? Which doesn't make any sense. So, okay. Then I need to report that as phishing or something. Since it's after a break, I feel like we'll see how many students show up today. Because sometimes some students don't come on the first day. or they come late, and then they might be tired, or there might be behavior issues because they're tired. So, anyways, make some copies. So I would just check in with you guys later. Oh, so one of my Spanish classes started last week. That was the Wednesday class. I didn't realize it was a hybrid class. Most of the students are there in person, so I wish they would have put that, because I might not have signed up for it. I don't know. And then that I have a class that starts tonight with the new place, the one that I had to keep rescheduling. That's 3 hours long. And it looked like it is going on because the person sent the email saying they would send a Zoom link like right before class. However, I found out they have to have at least 6 people for the class to run. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. There might have been other people signed up, but it wasn't enough. So I'm hoping that after this session, I'll be able to choose a different day so I could go back to that other place that I like. And then I think I have a class that's going to start next week. I wish I had the calendar. But yeah, I think the other one starts next week. And I think that's a Tuesday. It's either Tuesday or Thursday, I don't remember. But so that's tonight. And then I'm supposed to do a makeup class for the class that normally starts at 8:30. I told the teacher I would be late because my new class goes from 6 to 9. And say they do most of it, basically all of it, in Spanish from the very beginning. So, luckily I already know some Spanish because I signed up for level 1, the basic, very basic class, like 1.1, because there's a 1.2. Yeah, because otherwise I would be lost. But let me go make some copies and I will chat with you guys later. All right, 12:06. So a total of 11 students are here. It's lunchtime. I got a school lunch because it's chicken and waffles today. So, yeah. I have to stay inside with 2 students in recess because they didn't earn a recess today. So we had them do phonics lesson because they was messing around doing phonics. So I am going to sign up for Spanish class with the main program I've been using. But I'm going to skip intermediate 1 and go to intermediate 2. There's a Thursday class that I can take. And I did the placement test again. And it said I could do intermediate 2. And I looked at intermediate 1 is irregular verbs in present tense, which I already know. And then the one thing is like object pronoun. So I'm going to do some self-study because the class doesn't start until like the week of the 28th, whatever that is. So I have time to do some self-study on that. Object pronouns, I know a little bit of it. Anyway, so I'm gonna sign up for that. That will be on Thursday. So basically, eventually that last week of April, I'll be taking 4 Spanish classes, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Which is fine with me. Because, like I said, I'm trying to get fluent quickly. And yeah. That's gonna be it for right now. I will probably talk with you guys. If not this afternoon, then tomorrow. Alright guys, 6:22 here. Got here like maybe 5:58, but honestly, I was sitting in my car doing Duolingo and stuff. I'm exhausted. Did not go to sleep as early as I would have liked. I had the class last night, new first time. It's supposed to be like a beginner when you don't know any Spanish, but most of us know some Spanish. So there were 6 of us, but 2 of them left. One of them left kind of early, and the other one left during the break and didn't come back. So they were both men. The rest of us are females. I don't know. So far, I like it. So I definitely will continue with that one. The one that I'm doing on Wednesday, I don't know if I'm going to continue with that after this term is over. Just because it's hybrid. And then at the end of the month, Tuesday one will be starting this through a continuing education program through a university. So that one, from what I've read, is set up a little differently. Like the first couple of classes is just, they said conversation practice. And then we get into like whole group lessons or something. I don't know. We'll see. I thought I was supposed to have a makeup class. We were supposed to have a makeup class last night because we missed the class. And the teacher's like, can you guys do makeup on this date? I think we all said yes. However, when I logged in, nobody was there. So I don't know if just nobody showed up at all. And she just decided to, because I told her last week that I would be late. So, yeah, I don't know what happened with that. There's no email or nothing either, so. Yeah. It's Tuesday. Let's see if everybody's here today. I did not drink dinner for it yesterday. this is all I drank yesterday. That's bad. But it's cold, freezing. Because they already have the air on for some reason. I really don't feel like staying late today. I don't know. I still have an early out pass. One left over. Part of me is like, ugh. But I know next week I won't be able to stay because I have that appointment. But I honestly don't feel like staying today either because I'm exhausted. Unfortunately, though, it's a committee meeting and the principal is part of our committee, so they always go around and say who's not here. So, yeah, I probably will stay. Yeah. And then there might be a student in here. Probably won't be able to vlog during lunch because there might be a student in here. And then we're supposed to have team planning, but I don't know. She pushed back the placing students because she's like, they're still waiting to find out what allotments they have for next year because they still don't know. Hopefully those 2 students that were acting the fool yesterday get it together. I don't have to do anything when I get home today, which is a plus. Tomorrow I have that class, but I don't have to stay late, so that's going to be it for now. I don't know when or if I'll be able to check in later. Actually, though, during planning, I need to see if I can get in contact with the parent. So I'm staying here and contact the parent. Then maybe I'll go up. We'll see. But I will check in with you guys sometime later today. All right. So it's 10:29. Normally I would be upstairs with team planning, but I had to call a parent. Then I couldn't remember how to use the phone to call out, so I spent time trying to find a paper, which luckily I found. So I did call the parent. I spoke with the parent to see if we could schedule this meeting. So I just sent the team an email because she said the 21st at 10 would work, which would be next Monday. So just waiting for them to confirm if that date and time would work. But so I didn't mention this, but yesterday when we were leaving, there were like 3 police cars outside. We had no idea what for, but we found out this morning that the parent was trying to get inside the building, and a teacher was like, one of the second grade teachers like, you have to be buzzed in by the office because that's what it's supposed to be. But a parent had left the door propped open, which is how the parent was like trying to get in. But the teacher's like, you can't do that. But the parent like pushed her out the way and went inside. So the teacher followed her to let them know. But then that parent apparently sent a threatening email to the teacher. So like, it's a big deal. They're gonna have to get the superintendent and like attorneys involved because of what was in the email. So the principal sent a message like, do not let people come inside. Don't open the door for people, basically. Don't let them inside. They have to be buzzed in, like everybody, if they don't have a badge to get inside the building. And also for us to not leave out the front door, like when they're doing dismissal, car rider dismissal, which I've done a couple of times, but normally I don't. Normally if I had to drop something off at the office, then I go out there, like before 3. If you leave before 3, you got to do that. Yeah, and then the principal also sent the email, like, if you receive this email, it's because I still need to do your formative observation. That would be unplanned, so this is just to let you know that I should be coming before Monday. We'll see. Because she always be saying she coming, and then she don't be coming. So, anyways, we have 10 students here today because Two of the ones that been out yesterday are also out, but then one that came late yesterday is out today, and then one that was here yesterday is not here today. One that wasn't here yesterday is here today. Still having some issues with those two students who missed recess yesterday, so I guess they didn't learn their lesson and they want to miss recess again. Because why else would they be doing what they're doing, right? But anyways, so that is it for right now. If I'm able to, I will update you guys later. Good morning, guys. It's Wednesday, 6:14. Again, got here like at 6 o'clock. Oh my god. Yeah, so yesterday, during the announcements, the principal came on and was like, she needed everyone to meet in the media center for a couple of minutes before we go to our community meeting. So basically, she's just saying, still haven't heard about allotments, so still can't make list for next year. She's just like, if you heard rumors about somebody moving someplace, it's not true, that's a lie. I didn't say anything because I don't know yet, but that's not true because she told us out of her own mouth that some people would be moving, and I'm like, I was just thinking about it. How would she know some people would be moving if she don't know what our numbers will be next year? That doesn't make any sense. And then someone got nominated for some award, one of the counselors, and won out of the district. So then we went to our committees, we looked at beacon scores, and I'm like, it's not an accurate reflection of the students for various reasons. The math one particularly because a big portion of it was stuff we didn't teach yet. So I'm like, why are we even looking at these scores? But anyway, also, so one of the second grade teachers is leaving. Like, I guess the district. It has to be the district because this is her first year in the district. So she can't transfer to another school in the district. So leaving the district. I don't know if she's leaving teaching altogether, but leaving the district. But apparently another second grade teacher didn't get a contract. I thought it went out to everybody. And then the school would decide if they want you to come back or not. But she didn't get a contract at all. Like from the district when they first went out. And I feel like the deadline to sign it might have already passed. I don't know. So that would mean, because she said we would probably be losing numbers, which is why some people have to move. However, with that one person not getting a contract, that should have left an open position, which means nobody should have had to move. Unless we're losing 2 second grade teachers, in which case still nobody else should have had to move. But apparently, like, the principal asked 3 other people who did they think would work at a different grade, a higher grade level. So I'm like, that seems backwards to me. Like, why would you ask? Did she not think they would tell? And now, because I asked my church teacher, I'm like, okay, but did they tell someone's name, or did they say they didn't know? And she's like, she didn't know that. She doesn't know. And we're trying to figure out, because like we said, that one 3rd grade IRR teacher, special ed 3rd grade teacher, doesn't have a job here. But the 2nd grade special ed student, is too many of them. We can't put them all in the same class. Even if they're making the class size bigger, there still would be way too many. That would be like almost a complete class by itself. So they're gonna need 2 special ed teachers for 3rd grade. Probably just one for 2nd grade. Because I don't think that 1st grade group is that big. But we still would be down a special ed teacher. So, unless they're planning to make some of us do multiple grades. That's the only thing I could think. But a lot of them have support for science and social studies for behavior. So that wouldn't work either. I think the next week, or the week after, they're having the district F7A, an open forum for the budget, tentative budget, and then there's another one in May I'm like, they still don't have the budget finalized. So can they even tell us what our allotments would be if they don't have the budget finalized yet? I guess they have projections, right? I don't know. So, yeah, but it's Wednesday. I'm exhausted. Did not when I went home. I didn't get home till like maybe 5:15, and then like later in the evening, I got a really bad headache, so I couldn't do any of the studying I wanted to do for Spanish. Yeah, so we'll see who's here today, because yesterday 4 students were out. So, I don't know. One of them being the one student who is always out, that I don't know what's going on. Because the parent is like, oh, I'm going to send them to school even if they are sick, and that has not happened. Yeah. Okay. So, I will update you guys later. We're supposed to, the special ed team's supposed to have a meeting on Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to stay for that, because, yeah. I do have a Spanish class tonight. It starts at 6:15. So, I think, though, we're going to be reviewing some stuff before we go into new stuff. So, don't really need to prepare anything for that. But, okay, I will talk with you guys later. Alright, guys, it's 2:21, end of the day. Couldn't vlog because I was in here with students. I wasn't in here by myself at all, like during lunch. But, yeah, so this morning, the principal stopped by when she was walking, because like normally in the morning, they all do like just walk, just do like a lap around the school basically to see. So when she was coming up the stairs, she saw me and she's like, is today a regular day? I should be in there, nothing's changing. So I figured that meant she was gonna come in, and she did during math. So it started off okay, but then some students started having some issues, and I'll put some students to the table basically to do parallel teaching. When we was trying to do the coins, it was a struggle. And you could see, like, they're supposed to already know the value of each coin and identify each coin by name in sight. The two that I put to the table couldn't do that. Luckily, I had something to use, but that was, yeah. But she saw, so need to work on skip counting. Some of them need to work on. They need to work on first identifying coins. Like, I don't know if there's something on there. Now, and my head is starting to hurt again. Like, it started a little bit. I could feel it coming on, basically. So I took something during lunch, but it's still hurting, which is annoying. But luckily, we don't have to stay late today or anything, so that's a plus. But I do have a class tonight, so I don't know if that's the last one or if she's coming, because she stayed for a while, I feel like. I guess it was like maybe 30 minutes. Since there's 2 of us, she might come back another time. We'll see. Okay, basically it for today. Did go ahead and get that one other meeting scheduled, so good. The one teacher was like, oh, I have an IEP meeting for a student next week. She said Wednesday. I don't know if that was, she meant this Wednesday or next Wednesday. And me and the other second grade teacher was like, it's not either one of us, because we haven't heard anything about this. And I have a meeting scheduled for next Wednesday with the main people involved. So I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know. Anyways, I will, oh, how many students were out? I think 3. 3 were out. I will talk with you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, good morning. Thursday, 6:21. Yeah, so they finally gave us a calendar, and they did both April and May, which is a first. But I was looking at the thing where you sign up to use the conference room. I'm like, I don't know if I got a date wrong, but so I need to check and see, because something not right. I put on there the 24th for some reason. And I'm like, I don't know if that's the actual date that I have a meeting. Let me see. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. Yeah, so again, observation yesterday. It was for both of us. We wasn't sure, because normally we could like She said she can't do both of us, but she did, so. Okay, there were no missing documents in my box. I was just reading the email because the AP is saying, oh, so it is the 24th. Did I put the wrong day? Why did I put the 22nd on there? It's not the 22nd, it's the 24th, which is Thursday. No, I put the 22nd, and it's really the 24th. Oh, so we are having field day. They haven't said anything about field day. Because somebody was asking yesterday, but apparently we are having field day. The 15th. And then it says, this is in May. And then basically that last week of school, all of those days are critical days. Critical days means we're not supposed to take them off. Even though 19, 20, and 21st are early dismissal, but they have stuff on here. I don't know about like 2 people have birthdays that week, the last week of school. But yeah, like they have like a summer planning work day, and then something in it to win it, and then like Accepticon. I don't know. Like I don't plan to do anything this summer, because I do have that trip, and I know we're gonna be having some Zoom meetings and stuff, and I need to start preparing for that, like getting the shots and stuff. So yeah. Anyways, okay. Thursday, I still haven't decided if I'm going to stay late today or not, because we have that thing. For some reason, when I got home, like my head started hurting worse. It wasn't immediate. So like, it started hurting a little bit while I was here at school, so I took a leave. I think it didn't completely go away, but it wasn't like severe. But then later when I got home, like, not immediately when I got home, it was like maybe around 5 something, my head started hurting really bad for a long time. And I took the Goody powder, which is supposed to be more effective than like a pill, I guess. It still continued to hurt. In my class, I was like, should I skip the class? I don't know. It's only the second class, and I don't think they record the session. So I still did the class, and eventually it did go away, but I don't know what's going on. And I was like worried it might affect my blood pressure, but it didn't, because it was still elevated, but it was at a level 1 instead of the level 2 that it's been at. So yeah. Anyways, I will update you guys later. It might not be till this afternoon. It depends. We'll see. All right, end of the day, 2:22. So we had 11 students. I don't know where some of these students are. There's been one student who's been absent so far this whole week. I don't know. But yeah, otherwise it was a good day. One of the problem students wasn't here, so that the other one was, but today was a good day for that student, so I don't know. Yeah. So we are supposed to have the meeting after school. Just a special ed team, minus speech people. She told us to bring our computer, and that she would try to have us done by 3:30. I don't know if I believe that. So now I feel like I have to go. But I'm so tired. I'm so freaking tired. Found out the 2 that are leaving, the 2 second grade teachers that are leaving, apparently they both found another job. One of them, like I said, didn't get a contract. The other one chose to leave. I don't know why. I guess she didn't want to stay at this school again, because it's the one who's new to the district. So the other one, this is her 2nd year teaching, I think. So yeah. But yeah, that's it for today. Tomorrow is Friday. We have like 4.5 weeks left of school, basically, with students. So I can't believe it. Now that we're here, it seems like we don't have that much time left, but going through the school year, it seemed to take forever. But I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Came in early because I need to work on this IEP that I have this morning. So yesterday, we had to stay the special ed team. Although some people weren't there. Like one person in particular, because they kept saying, oh. we didn't stay until, well, I didn't stay until 3:30 because we only had to do like two things. One thing was filling out a survey about this year. It's just like, what were some strengths, what were some areas for growth, what is something we could work on next year, stuff like that. But then the second part though was the SSA assigning us a student for an initial, because I don't know why it's so many right now, like what were they doing this whole school year. But yeah, basically assigning us, and the thing though is that we have to coordinate, since it's initial eligibility, the school psychologist basically has to do all. I feel bad for her. I was thinking about the speech, but I guess the school psychologist her caseload is even heavier. She has to do all of them. So we had to schedule around her as well as the speech and when they think they could finish testing. So I got one. Everybody got at least one. Well, not everybody. There's a couple of people that didn't, because there's a sheet passed around. Like, some of them, their names wasn't on there. But then some people got 2 students. So, and it's not just about grade. Well, because they gave the new third grade IRR teacher, they gave her a second grader. So I'm like, yeah. So that's what that was. So I got one for May. So I'm gonna have to call the parent and see if that date works or not. Well, it doesn't matter if it works or not, because we're gonna have to have the meeting that day. Like, she's gonna have to make it work. Basically. That's what they were basically saying. Like, we don't, because it's the end of the school year, and some of these, like the deadline and stuff, we have no choice but to do it. I ended up getting kind of another headache. It wasn't nowhere near as bad as the previous night. But yeah, still got a slight headache. I don't know why. I've been drinking more water because I've been getting headaches. But I will update you guys. I don't know when. We are supposed to have our planning time. The person has been coming late, like almost every week. So, anyways, I will talk to you guys later. 2:22, end of the day. We had 10 students. I don't know why, where all the students were, but yeah, we only had 10. One came kind of late, so originally think he was going to be here. But one of the ones that we caused some problems, she was kind of causing some issues, like being disrespectful, talking back, not following directions, all that stuff. But yeah, so the IEP meeting went well, pretty quick, because most of the information was in the eligibility, so there's no point in going over it again. Probably not going to do anything today except study some Spanish, because I've been so tired. I've been not studying like I should, so do that today, Saturday, Sunday. Also go to the gym Saturday, Sunday. I'm thinking until school is out, I'm just going to be a weekend gym warrior. Yeah, we'll see. Every once in a while I might go during the week, we'll see. And then just regular laundry, grocery shopping. Do need to wash my car and vacuum it out. But that is it for this week's video. 4.5 weeks? I'm super excited about that. But I will talk with you guys later.